Where does India stand in global space economy and what has fundamentally changed in recent years?
India is adopting a hybrid model by classifying the activities in the space sector into different verticals. Overall, the challenge in Indian context is to ensure scalability and bankability of such space activities so that it can grow larger and become really useful in solving problems for the Indian economy.
Where should startups and entrepreneurs focus in this emerging space economy?
The biggest opportunity for Indian entrepreneurs would lie in the downstream areas, which is centered around geospatial data and data analytics. We have early entry and medium entry and the late entry stages in these activities as well, which has to be analyzed more while choosing to enter this space sector. So I think capital, technology, and risks are the key deciders for any entrepreneur to choose any of these areas.
Okay. Where do you see India winning in the global context?
The real opportunity it lies in the solution-centric challenges that need to be addressed by the entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Taking their technological capacities and the domain-specific application aspects into consideration and intelligence use of the combination of technology, finance, and policy. I think combination of these would be very, very important to handle any of these activities which need to be addressed.
Namaskar and welcome to Adisri Infradesk podcast. I am Rajeev Chadha, Director at Adisri Strategist Advisors. Today's episode is titled India in Orbit, the PPP and Space Capital Revolution. This conversation is about how India's space story is moving from a government-led program to a new era of private participation, investment, and structured public-private opportunity. More importantly, this is not only about rockets and satellites. It is about space becoming the next infrastructure layer of the economy, shaping agriculture, logistics, digital inclusion, disaster management, climate resilience, and strategic capability. Globally, we are seeing the rise of new space economy, where innovation, private capital, and state support are working together in different combination. India is now at a similar inflection point with reforms that have opened the sector and created room for startups, corporates, investors, PPP specialists like me, and strategic advisory firms to participate. Well, to unpack both the policy shift and strategic opportunity, I am delighted to welcome Dr. Jaishankar once again with us. Dr. Jaishankar is former Managing Director of IFCL, a veteran of development finance and someone closely associated with institutional evolution around in-space and advisory engagement with the regulator and ISRO. In fact, he showed me a copy of the first engagement that was given in this sector to his company, IIFCL. Well, Dr. Jaishankar, welcome once again.
Thank you, Rajiv. Pleasure to be here once again.
Yeah, so Dr. Jaishankar, let me begin with the broader context. Where does India stand in global space economy and what has fundamentally changed in recent years?
2020 was a very, very important year for India when the government decided to throw open the space sector to the private sector, which was initially, the domain of the government, with ISRO playing the crucial role. Now, ISRO has thrown open the doors for sharing its information and skill sets for the private sector participants. And we have the first space policy. In 2023, the government has come out with the first space policy.
Indian Space Policy 2020.
Indian space
Yes, that's
policy.
right.
We have a regulator in space located in Gandhinagar, Ahmedabad. And we also have the NSIL playing the role of the facilitating agency in the domain of space. Now, if you look at the global examples, the Chinese example has always been, the state-led one. Market-oriented examples have been the United States of America's space agencies.
Yes.
The European model has been more of a public-private partnership, and India is adopting a hybrid model by classifying the activities in the space sector into different verticals. Overall, the challenge in Indian context is to ensure scalability and bankability of such space activities so that it can grow larger and grow and become really useful in solving problems for the Indian economy.
Okay, all right. Okay. So let me just immediately turn to startups and entrepreneurs. Where should they focus in this emerging space economy?
The opportunity in the space sector can be seen in three broad areas. One in the upstream areas, which includes the launch vehicle and satellite manufacturing. The downstream areas, which include services hinging around space data. And enabled services, which includes the data analytics, the cyber security, and platforms. So the biggest opportunity for Indian entrepreneurs would lie in the downstream areas, which is centered around geospatial data and data analytics. We have the early entry and medium entry and the late entry stages in these activities as well, which has to be analyzed more while choosing to enter this space sector. So I think capital, technology, and risks are the key, deciders for any entrepreneur to choose any of these areas.
Okay. So that's a very important point Dr. Jaishankar has just brought out, that there are three segments: upstream, downstream, and the enabling services. So what he's saying is that for the Indian context, downstream is certainly more important and useful. And the factors behind that are capital and the risk factors.
Low capital intensity,
Yes.
less risk,
Yes.
and it is highly service oriented.
Okay. So what is the practical advice you would like to give the founders who are entering this sector?
I think it is to tackle the real problem in the space sector. One has to be very clear about what area one has to look at, and it has to engage early with the space regulator, because I believe that one has to be very clear about the technology on one side and risks on the other side. A balance between both is very much important. At the same time, the regulatory evolution is again a very important one. And since this is a very, very new sector and it's just beginning to take shape, entrepreneurs should focus early and engage early with the regulators.
Okay.
And at the same time, one has to also look at what is the level of capital which would be involved in this process.
Right.
And that would greatly depend upon the technology and the risks.
Okay. Yeah, so let me just take a step back and once again ask you, realistically, Where do you see India winning in the global context?
See, in the global context, India can be seen as entering into those activities which are not very highly capital intensive but service intensive.
Yeah, that's what you
And
mentioned.
that's that means small space ecosystems. It can be cost efficient mission designs.
Yeah.
It can be data analytics and services. And the real opportunity is it lies in the solution centric challenges that need to be addressed by the entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
taking their technological capacities and the domain specific application aspects
Yeah.
into consideration, and use of the intelligence use of the combination of technology, finance, and policy.
Okay.
I think a combination of these would be very, very important to handle any of these activities which need to be addressed.
Yeah, yeah. So we are, I think we are very fortunate to have you with us today. And you have been involved in this sector right from the day one it has been opened up by the government. Now, what should the large corporates and industrial groups care for? What exactly they should do in this new sector which is emerging?
Space is becoming a very enabling infrastructure across sectors. We are seeing the geospatial data being very useful for telecom companies. So telecom companies can, expand connectivity using the space sector's interventions. You have agriculture, which actually benefits a lot. In fact, the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Yojana can benefit a lot, and also the Sinchai Yojana of the government,
Right.
the irrigation planning.
Yeah.
That can be a very, very
Yes.
great,
Yeah, I'll come to that.
benefactor.
Yeah, I'll come to that in my next question.
We have mining, which also can benefit out of better tracking, better monitoring.
Yes.
Logistic efficiency can improve, so
Yeah.
logistic companies can benefit.
Yeah.
We have, in addition to strategic and important sectors like this, the policy sectors of the government, like the defense and security, they and aviation. Aerospace. These are the additional sectors which actually benefit from such data. And this is all because of the ability to provide a real-time and the state of actual awareness of the state of awareness of the activities that are being addressed.
Okay.
So I think the quality of data improves, and with the quality of data, the larger firms. It's not just the larger firms; it can be the medium size and other startups also, which can emerge largely with scalable and bankable projects in these areas. So I think space sector is here to stay, and it is it can play a very, very important role in the coming future.
Yeah, yeah. So let me come to a question which is close to my own domain. Now, what are the opportunities for PPP specialist experts like me and for strategic advisory firms like Adisri Strategic Advisors in this emerging space sector?
The space sector, like I said, it can be a very, very important provider of data to various major sectors of the economy, like I just mentioned.
Yeah.
On the other side, the need for provision of the need for scaling up the sector through public-private partnership is very much there with the government. And public-private partnerships include a proper procurement model, proper service level agreements, pricing models, time to revenue sharing arrangements, and all these kind of advisory and all these kind of specialized activities which can be offered by consultants as well as consultancy firms. So I think there is where Adisri can play a very important role in advising the government, the regulators, and the public-private partnership enablers.
Okay.
And at the same time, we also look at a structured finance framework emerging in the space sector. And the traditional financing, which actually exists for the various infrastructure sectors like the roads, railways, and other platforms, they will need to, they will need to get advanced in some way through the usage of structured finance platforms.
Okay.
And it is very important to balance the capital with debt. And in today's scene, the debt financing is very, very scarce in the space domain because it's very, very, I would say, in the nascent stages. The sector itself is in the nascent stages.
Yeah.
So, a lot of opportunities for blended finance, for development finance institutions,
Yeah.
and risk managers.
Okay.
So there is where again structured specialists and consultants can come in great use.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
we do not have insurance for space.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is one work in progress.
Yes.
And as you know, insurance itself is a big, it's a ocean. The subject is an ocean.
Yeah.
So we need to address each aspect of the activities in the space sector,
right,
and provide solutions,
right,
and provide and have risk sharing, smart risk sharing, I would say,
right,
in order to make it more bankable,
yeah,
and in order to make it more successful.
right.
So we have a host of opportunities for this.
I see. So what essentially, if I have to summarize what you said just now, which is very important for me as an expert and also my company, Adisri Strategic Advisor, what you're saying is that Adisri can play a role in bridging the policy gap, bringing in finance, project structuring, and its implementation.
Yes.
That's how we summarize this.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let me come to the next question, which is again a very important question. What practical advice would you like to give the state governments, the central governments, and also the various public sector undertakings who are there in India in large number?
First of all, the government should play a very important role. Its primary objective is to ensure that the space projects go from a pilot to a programmable, structure, and execution is very key. The governments can play a very, very important role in this aspect. Like I said, the public-private partnership is one. Development of PPP models is one area. At the same time, we also need to view space sector as a part of the existing schemes which the government has. Okay. We have the harmonized list of infrastructure projects.
Yes, that's right.
And the space sector is presently not included in the harmonized list.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, I think
it's a very, very long pending demand that IIFCL has been doing when I was the chairman. We have already...
you already pushed for space to be included in harmonized.
We had been pushing that.
Yes.
And I'm sure this is being looked very positively by the Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
And getting it into the harmonized list would mean defining it as infrastructure as a part of infrastructure sector, which will mean better efficiency in access to debt.
Yes.
In the Indian markets.
Yes, absolutely.
At the same time, the governments must also enable multilateral and other agencies in the development finance area to come forward for blended finance.
Right. Right.
I think multilateral financing with blended finance,
Yes.
a framework
Yeah.
for space sector would be very, very useful in scaling up such models
Yeah.
and making it more bankable.
Right, right. Yeah, so I think you have been part of the development finance sector for a fairly long time, and you have headed IIFCL for almost 10 years. Now, what what should the investors and DFIs, how they should evaluate this new emerging sector?
This is a very greatly emerging sector with almost 300 plus startups in the country.
Yes.
Aiming to achieve $44 billion by
Oh.
2030 or 2033.
Hmm.
And they have already started doing well. And we have a number of startups which are even more than $50 million and doing well with profitable, balance sheets. And some of them are going towards the IPO route also. We will be seeing, IPOs also very shortly in the space sector.
That's very interesting.
Very interesting. And some of them are, involved in private launch facilities. And in June, we'll be seeing one immediate private launch.
Oh, I see.
So we will see a number of such launches also happening. At the same time, we have opportunities for component manufacturing, electronic data supply, and various other enabled services like cyber security and integrated platforms.
I see.
So when we are looking at investors,
Yeah.
the investors would be very keen in looking at specific activities.
Okay.
And again, classifying these activities, because it is very, very new and very nascent, we can look at the capital intensive and long-term activities such as manufacture and launch vehicle manufacture and component manufacturing to have significantly higher IRRs with capital being more, as well as risks also being a little more. 18 to 25% IRRs can be expected. In the medium range of services centered around space data,
Right.
we can see the entry platforms at over 50 million US dollars, and with IRRs with about 15 to 20% in a 10-year horizon.
Okay.
And the short term and early entry stages, we can see a number of enabled services.
Right.
Because these enabled services also include the space situational awareness activities, which means tracking and monitoring space debris.
Yeah.
This is also a part of the sustainability programs of the green and the sustainable activities to be fostered and maintained by every organization. This is a very, very big opportunity again, and the sustainability program can mean that we will need someone in the space like a traffic signal simulator and a controller.
Right.
So, for example, I can say that even a small ray of paint can, moving at orbital speeds, can can prove to be a big disaster in case of any collision with any other satellite vehicle. So all these things have to be monitored. There are about 30,000 odd such vehicles
I see.
moving in space,
Oh.
particularly the space debris,
I see.
what they call.
Yeah.
So this monitoring is a very big opportunity, and at the same time, it is very much important to actually sustain the ecosystem. So that is also a very important program. And overall, I see that the space sector is emerging today, and it can throw up more opportunities as well, based on what levels of software and technological applications, how they evolve.
I see. Yeah. I think from the conversation that we had today, I feel that space sector and the PPP component in the space sector has a huge potential. A lot of investments, lot of new jobs, opportunity for startups. Everything is there. Now, what is the key message you would like to give policymakers to fast track this emerging space and the PPP within it?
Main objective of the space programs must be made more bankable,
Okay.
and it should be made scalable. The policymakers the need to look at bringing in more smart risk sharing in the form of credit enhancements, in the form of blended finance, and various other financial structures which can support space programs of the private sector. That's already happening. Same time, you need to also look at space sector as a part of the existing schemes. Like I said, it has to be part of the harmonized sector. And we must promote more venture funds. The InSpace already has a venture fund for 1,000 crores.
Okay.
And it's the first space venture fund, Antariksh venture fund.
Okay.
And the manager is SIDBI.
SIDBI is managing it.
SIDBI is managing that.
I see.
And I think we need more such funds.
Okay.
And we need to look at bringing in the space financing also into the domain of infrastructure financing, so that we can see better quality projects emerge,
Right.
and at the same time make it more scalable and bankable.
Right. Great. Excellent. So I think one final message for our viewers from your side on the space sector.
Yeah, the space sector today is growing, and the actual impact of the space sector for the general population would be visible once the farm incomes improve, once the logistic efficiency improves, once the rural resilience improves, and the public service delivery can actually be felt at the grassroots level. Efforts of the policymakers and the government has been to ensure, I would say, a lot of conducive regulations as well as support for growing this sector and expanding the sector.
Oh, I see.
But in the current context, we are more, in the Indian context, we are more focused towards the small space ecosystems. We are not still, ready to take the capital intense large space ecosystems.
Right. Right.
So we have to specialize in that,
Right.
and we have to ensure our bankability and our financial growth in this area. And over a period of time, when the models evolve, I think we will be more integrated and we will merge better with the international space systems. And India is way towards becoming a space major.
Oh, great. Excellent. Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Jaishankar, for a truly insightful and strategic conversation. The message is clear. India in orbit, the PPP and space capital revolution is not just a title. It reflects the real shift in the Indian economy, where space is emerging as a very serious opportunity for startups, corporates, PPP strategists, advisory firms, and institutional investors. This is Rajeev Chadha at Adisri Strategic Advisors signing off from the Adisri Infradesk podcast today. Thank you for joining. And before that, I would like all of you, I request all of you to go to the Adishri Infradesk news portal and subscribe to our YouTube channel on which this podcast will be uploaded very soon. Yeah, thank you so much and namaskar.